Okay, so you might be thinking, what about water going stagnant in rainwater tanks? Well, surprise, surprise, it sort of doesn't seem to go stagnant. During the drought, there's no water coming in for more than a year into that tank. Didn't go stagnant. The rig my uncle set up out here, the pipes sort of fell off because it wasn't set up very well. And it didn't get any more water for 2 to 3 years. Surprise, surprise, wasn't stagnant. And so it doesn't sort of seem to be the problem that you might have expected it to be. The other thing I will say is it's another problem with concrete tanks, it's another problem with plastic tanks, but steel tanks may have a taste to them. And when I first started drinking water out of steel tanks, I could really taste it badly. And then you sort of get used to it after a while. But when I come back over to my uncle's place here and was drinking water out of this tank that hadn't had any more rainwater put in it for 2 to 3 years, it was pretty rough old taste. So I got one of those jugs with the filters in it where you pour the water in the top and then it drips through the filter slowly and then it comes in the bottom, and then, you know, it's one of those little filter jugs, you know, you get like $15 or whatever. And yeah, that took a lot of the taste out of it. Not 100%, but like about more than 90% of the taste was cleared in it. But that won't be a problem in concrete or plastic tanks. Now, you need to put down dirt on the ground, like at least probably really minimum 6 inches. And you say, what for? Well, if you're in a sandy area, don't worry, just drop straight on the ground. If you're in a clay area, there'll be a bit of earth movement, which is bad for the tank, for any sort of tank. So you need to put that 6-inch layer, and then hit it with a whacker, or a simple way of getting away with all this is you just drive over it with a car, which is how I do it with mine, back forward, until you flatten it all out. But it's got to be pretty level, flat. You know, you can't sort of have like big lumps and jumps. You've got to sort of try and get it all out with a shovel all flat where you actually use the front end loader, and then flatten it with a car, and there's still lumps and bumps, so you put a bit into those to try and level it all out perfectly flat. And yeah, that's what you've got to do in clay areas. Concrete tanks occasionally get cracks in them and will leak. They really don't like ground movement. And that's about it, really. Quite frankly, if I could recommend one, plastic. They're brilliant compared to the others. Your steel ones rot out eventually. So many people have concrete ones that are fine, and then other people have ones that crack, and they cost so much to put up because they're literally got to come and pour the concrete on your place. But yeah, go for plastic because they're easy to get into place because they're so light, and you will need to whack water in them straight away, even if it's only, you know, 250 gallons or something, just to keep the wind from blowing them away. They are that light, especially the small ones. The big ones are a little bit heavier, but they're also that large that they catch the wind more. So, but yeah, that's that. Look below in the description if I've put any more.